Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are we all doing? Hoping very well. That'd be absolutely fun, dabby dozy, if we were. Yeah. Welcome to the stream. Hope we're doing okay. So, basically, I got very confused when I was looking over various bits of transfer news today, and I've not prepped any banners or anything for this stream because I'll be honest, I don't have very long to stream because I am working in about 40 minutes. So, that's going to be a problem. And basically, I was looking into what's happening in terms of transfer news and stuff. Specifically, Ljubicic. You guys know what I think about Ljubicic at the moment and why I don't think we should sign him. But he's there to be discussed anyway. And the weirdest thing happened because I was watching through Jer's video earlier. Very good video, by the way. In which he discussed what was going on with Ljubicic according to Bild. According to Bild, the Dejan Ljubicic move is off because Leeds United are not willing to pay the asking price for him, which is fair enough. Because I think £7 million-ish, which is the rough number that's been rumoured, is very, very high, and I don't think he's worth that much. Hello, Andy, by the way. And I will get to that a little bit later. We'll save it for Questions Corner. I'll favourite that message just so it'll come up when we need it. But from this point, from the point of, okay, so Bild have said that we're not interested. Since then, we've had a reportedly exclusive from, I believe, Pete O'Rourke, who is always a little bit wobbly as sources go, but at least like he has a iffy hit rate, that Leeds United are set to agree a deal with him now for £7 million. Which I think is absolutely wild. I feel like that isn't going to be happening because at the same time, Sport Witness reported the thing from Bild that Leeds United pulled out of transfer poker, anger at agents, White's being asked double what they offered. So where do we land on this one? Because on the one side, we've got a German outlet that have links with Cologne and sort of roughly know what's going on over there. And then you've got a UK outlet that is sort of reasonable sometimes when it comes to transfer news, disagreeing with each other and very openly disagreeing with each other, not even being very subtle about it. So I don't know what my take is on this one. So I'm going to do that as a poll, actually. Ljubicic. I hate having to spell Ljubicic. It's always very, very tricky. Both reports quote Bild. Do they? I hadn't seen the one that quoted that we are going to sign him quote Bild, which is very weird. Hold on. I'll have a look at the Football Insider one and I'll do it on a screen share. That one, I think, would be the right one. Yes. Cool. So, where do they quote Bild? They don't quote Bild. No. They don't quote Bild at any point, which is fair enough. But arguably because they are in a firm disagreement with one another. Yeah. Unless he mentions German media, but I don't see anything about that either. Senior correspondent Peter Rock revealed that Leeds are pushing to get a deal over the line before the transfer deadline arrives on the 30th of August. Daniel Farker is desperate to strengthen his midfield after losing key players from last season's squad in Archie and Cameo earlier in the summer. There's been a long-term target. Ellen Road Sosa is keen to make the move to the Championship to boost their negotiations. And to be fair, moves after contracts expiring seem to be his thing. So I don't see why we'd spend £7 million to sign him now when, I mean, evidently he's not worth £7 million. It's absolutely baffling to me. But yeah, the whole situation is confusing. Hold on, I'll have a look at this next. little report. I want to see someone that's reporting we are going to sign him, but also quoting build, because those firmly disagree with each other as concepts, and I find that quite funny. Something Ramazani, something and Baradi. Oh, it's just who the fuck is David Norris? David Norris says Leeds United will have to. I'll share this tab. Says Leeds United will have to overspend on another signing or two in the coming days in order to make any further incomings before deadline day smoother. Oh, in order to make any further incomings before deadline day smoother. That's a really badly written sentence. That's genuinely, as sentences go, that's horrific. But basically, this entire thing paints a picture of we have no idea what is going on with Dejan Ljubicic, which is fun, which we really love to see. He wants to move to Leeds, so let's get it done. It's affordable. I don't know if he's like the standard, though. That's the thing. Like the amount that people are pumping him up. Like, one, we've got the issues with his character. Two, I feel like there's a reason we're the only club that's in for him, which could be a little bit of a problem. I am going to try and find out who the hell David Norris is, though. He's a retired English professional footballer who played as a midfielder. Did he play anywhere interesting? Let's find out. He did. Played 30 appearances for Leeds. Did he? Jesus. That was clearly the era where I'd sort of dropped off a little bit. But yeah, I don't quite see how a guy whose career went from Stamford to Boston to Bolton to Plymouth to Ipswich to Portsmouth to Leeds to Peterborough to Yeovil to Blackpool to Leatherhead to Salford to Shaw Lane to Boston to Lancaster City is necessarily going to have the sway and understanding of the transfer market that he thinks he might. That could be a little bit of a tough one to sell. I'll be completely honest with you. So I'm going to ignore that report. That report seems like a little bit of nothing. It's been absolutely everywhere. Yeah, that's a sign that he's not necessarily a good like indicator, you know? The fact that no one's been like, no, we need to hold on to him. Everyone's been like, oh, can we just sort of get him out the door? Off he goes. Hopefully he won't notice. And now he seems to be selling quotes to various media organizations, which is very weird. It's an odd way for his career to go, I think. But yeah, on the Ljubicic situation, I still don't know where I'm standing. Because I don't hugely want him in. I recognise that he's a good footballer. That's completely fine. Sure, he's good enough at what he does. But at the same time, I'm absolutely certain that there are other players that we could potentially sign that would do a job that's just as good. As well, Piglet says, click a like on the video. Do it for Joe or the donk will be out. The donk will be out. And interestingly, when we get donk out, we don't start throwing him at various religious institutions like certain Mr. Ljubicic. I don't even have to say allegedly because he admitted to doing it. He just pretended it was a bakery. But yeah, pop a like on the stream. That's always much appreciated. And we'll have a little bit of a natter about the game in a little bit as well, which should be quite nice. How dare you be in Lanzarote? You monster. It's such a stressful time. A bit late to the party. What's the issue with Ljubicic? We went into it on a stream a couple of days ago, but in essence, he spent a little bit of time having to defend himself from the courts when he lobbed some bottles at a mosque. One of his defenses were, I thought it was a bakery. And then the chat in the live stream were a bit like, do you not do that every time you want a baguette? And we have various bits of bakery-related japery now. But then the question is, who else do we sign to go in midfield? Which is a little bit complicated. Although I'm sure that we're looking at people like I'm absolutely certain it's not just a case of, yeah, well, we'll sign someone. If not Ljubicic, someone will pop up. But yeah, claiming it was a bakery still baffles me. I know, I don't understand at all. Like, what did he think that it was okay to throw things at bakeries? Did he think that that's how he makes an order? Like a message in a bottle, but he needed it urgently, so he just chucked it through the window. Like, what did he think was going on? Absolutely mind blowing. Where's StreamYard gone? There's StreamYard gone. That's the wrong one. We've been looking at people for years. I mean, that's what watching football is. You just look at people kick a ball around a little bit. Pretty good, Locks. Hopefully you're doing pretty well. No, hopefully no one's called you Lockie today, which should be quite nice. Still waiting for the owner's excuses when we don't send the 4 players that we need as a minimum. I mean, we've already done one. I think we give them the week and then we criticise when the week is over. That feels a little bit fairer to me. Because then we've actually got evidence that it's not worked, rather than just sort of belief that it didn't work. Also, YouTube is doing that thing where it's like, you should run some ads. Yep. So I'm going to click the add button so it doesn't do it itself, but you know what to do. If you click on it and then just go back, you'll be right back to the video, and it'll see it as being more valuable for the channel as well. So you get to help the channel, and you get to watch less of an advert. So I'm going to do that now. So I shall see you added folk in a second, and I shall not be discussing things in too much more excessive detail until the people are back. Also, tell me what sort of ads you got. I'm always quite interested in that. Thank you very much, Danny. Hopefully people do so. That would be massively appreciated. And if you like, you can even become a channel member. It's like 99p for a month. And, you know, you get a bunch of videos early, which is nice, and you get to support the channel, which is also nice. So it's really nice. Do you think there will be a last-minute rush panic buy? Right. Having a little bit of a conversation earlier, which I thought something very, very, very interesting was discussed, in which we were talking about how in the final week of a transfer window, because there's a person that knows someone that's to do with a lot of agencies, by that point, agents have a much better idea of where their client's place is within their club, which means that in the final week of the window, you'll get more people pushing for moves. So I don't even know if it's going to be a last-minute rush panic buy kind of situation. I think it's just going to be the market naturally opens up a lot more from, I'd guess, what, Sunday evening, Monday onwards. So it doesn't need to be perceived as last-minute panic buy rush stuff, even though we find it a lot easier to do so because, to be fair, from the outside, that's how it looks. But the fact of the matter is a lot more people come on the market once that happens, which is good for us because we need a lot of people on the market. We need a left back. We need a central midfielder. If Vuba goes, we probably need a centre back. I did see an interesting bit of conversation where someone said if Vuba does get a move to Gladbach, a left back that we've been looking at for a little while, being Luca Netz, is also at Gladbach. So there's potential to use that as a bit of a bargaining chip for us, which would be pretty good. Another player with the same name plays for Lask in the Austrian League as a striker. It would be better than Bamford. I severely doubt it. And I think it's his brother, maybe. Because I know that he's got a brother that plays football. I don't know whether it's that one. But which is starting lineup for tonight. Are you asking who I think will start or who I would pick to start? Because it would be, if I were picking, Melier, Firpo left back, Rodon, Strauch centre backs, right back would be Bogle. I'd go Ampadu Gruev because I'd want to avoid the counter attack because that's how Middlesbrough just destroyed us. My personal choice of the 3 behind the centre forward would be Nonto, Aronson, James. But I can see us not necessarily doing that because Peru. And then my 9 would probably be Mateo because I don't think he's done anything like bad enough to be dropped. I know a lot of people have been like, why is he not scored? Well, because it's quite hard to score right now, especially when we're not playing very, very good. where were my words? But yeah, I think the one difference between that and the actual lineup that we'll see is I think Peru will be in the 10. But outside of that, I don't think we'll see any differences. Ramazani, I think, was registered too late, which is a shame because I really like him and I would really like him to play. But I think the earliest we're going to get to see him is going to be against Hull City. That's the name of that team. So it is. Would Dele Alli be worth a punt on a free? Absolutely not. No. Where even is he right now? I think he's sort of followed the Jesse Lingard route of becoming obscure very, very quickly, despite, in theory, being good enough. Is he still at Everton? Or did he get released? Oh, yeah, on a free. Sorry. No, he is at Everton. Everton manager Sean Dyche said Dele Alli's not ready to return to match action despite the midfielder being back in training. So I don't think it'd be a free. And I don't think he'd necessarily be good enough for us, to be completely honest with you. It'd be a bit of a wild one. It'd be one that I don't particularly like either. Going to hop over to this one. We're not questions cornering just yet. I mean, we basically are. This is going to be a very, very long questions corner until I have work. Afternoon, Joe. What's your score prediction for later? I reckon 1-0 Bamford after a late sub in the 89th minute. Is that the substitution in the 89th or is scoring in the 89th? The prediction that I made when I was chatting to someone earlier was a 3-1. And the scorers, I went Dan James, I went Mateo Joseph, and one of the centre-backs or central midfielders from a set piece. Just because we got to sometimes score set pieces, you know? You can't just never score a set piece. Imagine if we just did that, just never scoring a set piece again. Why are we constantly being linked to toxic players? I think there is a little bit of sort of survivorship bias in a way. So the players that are naturally linked to other clubs will be naturally the more toxic players because they're the players with the relatively toxic agents. And it's the agents that are pushing for a move. Someone that is nice and will just get a job done, such as a Ramazani, is not going to be someone that is like, right, I'm going to force a move out right now. And I'm not going to play for this club ever again. That feels better, I think. Feels a little bit more who we want to be looking for, but by the nature of the toxic players being toxic, you're sort of automatically going to get those players like drawing that attention to themselves because they want the attention, they want the noise, they want to move to another club. So you might as well just actively sort of force that. I may actually watch tonight. Oh, it's a miracle watching a game of football. I can't believe Joffrey's still at the club at this point. I mean, if he likes it here, he's okay enough to be a rotation option for us, I think. I don't see the harm in it, you know. Rabiot is out of contract. Somehow, I feel like we're not going to sign Rabiot. Right, I'm going to bring up the list of free agents, and we'll play the game of who exactly we'd want to sign. To be fair, though, Joe, did you think Aronson and Sidney were going to be like that when you signed them? No, but at the same time, if a player is visibly toxic before we sign them, I'd rather not be signing them. Is, I think, the way I'm looking at that. Right, let's have a look. James Rodriguez is a free agent. He can play as a 10. I don't think he'd come, but he can play as a 10. Are there any left backs like anywhere on this list? João Pedro, apparently. That's quite nice. Jahan Baksh, also another one. John Joe Shelby, no, thank you. Aronson and Sinister are in totally different categories. Yeah, I agree with that one. Edouard Michu on a free would be very interesting. Brandon Williams. I wouldn't hate Brandon Williams, I don't think. But yeah, sod it. We'll go Rabiot in central midfield. We'll get another centre-back with Mario Hermoso because you might as well. In the 10, let's have a look. Miranchuk, Russian, problem. James Rodriguez, sod it. Or Munayin, both available. Might as well. Yeah. Surprised Brandon Williams hasn't been signed yet. I am also very surprised by that. Like, what's he waiting for? I mean, he can sign for anyone at any time, but like, I've not even seen interest in him moving. No, I've seen right now one article from the past few months, and it's a Coventry City told to swoop, and it will be told by, I don't know, a fan pundit. Who knows? Baffling. Thoughts on Manor Solomon? Similar to what I just said about Moranchuk, I would rather not sign players that would cause unnecessary like discourses. It's not even like I don't know what his opinions are on the entire situation. I'm not going to cast shade on him as a person because I don't know what he thinks. But as a general rule, I would say don't sign footballers that could immediately be a PR issue. I think that feels like a safe way of putting it. I've got my opinions on like the political side of stuff, but I'm not going to bother with them right now because I can't be bothered. I don't want people to start arguments in my comments because I know a lot of people like to have arguments. I do not. Saw someone last night on Joe Stream saying Jermaine Genius could be out on the cheap. I mean, I'm sure he can. I'm not sure our club secretaries would like some of the DMs they might be receiving from him, but I'm absolutely certain that we could get him on the cheap. Sod it. Maybe he can do LUTV, although again, Emma Jones might not like that. Any news on Hannibal? I don't know. Not seeing anything else about him today other than yesterday, and it doesn't look like there's anything new that's come out today. I've seen that Burnley are apparently no longer interested, which is helpful. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'd particularly want to sign him anyway. I'm not convinced at all, really. Sessegnon and Ndidi both out of contract. Are they? Hold on. Larks, is Ndidi out of contract? Thank you. You're more likely to know than I am. I'm not sure Ryan Sessegnon is a free agent right now. Absolutely unconvinced of that. Sessegnon? Nope. Ryan Sessegnon signed a contract at Fulham about a month ago. 2-year contract with an option for a further year. So that one isn't happening, which is fun. I'd like it if it could be happening, but it's not. Indeed, he just signed a new contract. Yeah, so that general gist is not. It's not happening. So basically, neither of them are out of contract. Sorry, SpongeBob Dave. JB, for us newer folks to your content, it seems you have a background or career related to football. Fill us in with a little JB lore. Okay, so I currently work for DAZN, running a bunch of like online eventsy stuff for them, which means that I watch a hell of a lot of football. But outside of that, I don't really work in football. I previously wrote for a football website. So, you know, all the ones that you see pop up on news now, and you're like, that's a load of bollocks. I was one of those people because I had to be one of those people because money. But now I'm a YouTube people, and that's significantly better because it means that the people that are in the chat are a lot nicer, and they're not just like, oh, you nicked this from X, Y, or Z person. When there was one time that I did genuinely have like a proper exclusive. Like I think I was the first person to publish a piece on Javi Gracia going to Leeds, and then Fabrizio Romano the next day is like, exclusive, Javi Gracia is going to Leeds. And it's like, sorry? What? I don't think that is exclusive, weirdly. I think I might have had that one covered. I thought, okay, sure, that's good. Ow. Yes, pigeon. For some reason, we are just. I don't know why. Why did I pick the word pigeon for something that people could spam? I don't know, but you guys have taken it and you guys have run with it. So fair enough. Yes, pigeon. You know what I might do? I might see if Joe is streaming after this, and we shall raid them. Or if anyone else is streaming after this, and we will raid them, and we shall just shout the word pigeon. Nope, absolutely nobody. Which is good. Everyone's waiting for the streams later on in the day. I like Judge Humour, kind of unique in the Leeds United sphere. Is it? How would you describe my humour? I'm a little bit curious about that. What would you describe my sense of humour as? I think that could be quite interesting. A shame they remain pigeon free. They do, and it is genuinely a shame. It's disappointing that we've not been able to pigeon everyone else in the surrounding area. Can someone just like go live that isn't me, and then I'll sort of throw pigeons at them? I think that could be nice. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen, which is a shame. Dry dad jokes, drier than the Sahara, drier than a nun's crotch. Curious sense of humour. Evie, gosh, are we dead? What? Self-deprecating, humble. Yeah, I mean, I'm. Oh, I get you. Yeah, yeah. I think if anyone that watched from fucking ages ago the mental health video that I did a while back, I'm absolutely sure you know why the self-deprecating bit comes in. Right, what I'm going to do actually is for the end of the stream, which is going to be in a few minutes. So what we're going to do beforehand is we're going to open up Questions Corner, and I will save up a few questions. But I'm going to set up a redirect to a friend of the channel's channel. I'm going to chuck a redirect together towards Crystal's channel. Crystal being a co-worker of mine who was trying to get back into YouTubey stuff, who, for her sins, is a 49ers fan. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that you don't like the 49ers right now, which is fair. However, I'm planning on having her back on the channel a few times in the future. And it would be nice if you guys could nip over and do a little subscribey. Just because we like to help our friends over at this channel. I think we just like to help our friends in general, you know? Like, you might as well. So the redirect will go to a stream that supposedly was meant to happen in January. Didn't happen, but is still listed. So we'll do that. Oh, hello, Joe. Pete has a 0% hit rate. Joe, do you want to go live in a minute so I can just sort of ping people over to your channel so they can shout the word pigeon? I know it's very specific, but would you like a bunch of pigeons over in your channel? I can't believe I tried to get like sponge pegs to be a thing. Sponge pegs did not become a thing, and you guys have just sort of taken pigeons and run with it. It's a coup. It's a coup. Oh, it's perfect. Oh, that's so good. What a line. That's made me so happy. Okay, 10 out of 10. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, in very quick succession, actually, link to several friends of the channel. If you could have any previous Leeds player in the prime back in the current squad, who would you pick? I mean, for me, there's only one option, and it's just levels. I'm having Rafinha every day of the week. prime Rafinha in the Championship. Imagine. And I'm basing it on players that I've seen, to be clear. But I think of all the players that we've seen at Leeds United in the time that I've been watching, Rafinha's is the highest ceiling by a comfy margin. And we need a winger. I think we need a right winger. I mean, we've got Dan James, but like, Pablo for me. I think Rafinha's ceiling was a little bit higher. But what I'm going to do is I am going to, there's the link to Crystal's channel. So if you could pop over there, subscribe, that'd be massively appreciated. Let's help out a friend. I believe her total number of subscribers is on 686 before I sent you over, so I'm going to keep an eye on that. And I'm also going to, since she misses Rafinha so much, I think we try and cheer Evie up a touch. So I'm going to send you over in the direction of Evie's channel, because I'm still of the opinion that it would be very, very, very funny if we could get Evie to enough subscribers to be monetized before she publishes a single video. And we'll all be waiting. The moment that YouTube premiere thing pops up, because I think you should do it as a premiere, to be completely clear. If you do it as a premiere, the amount of people waiting would be through the roof. And I would willingly market the hell out of that for you. We'll make it the most hype event in Leeds United YouTube history. For now. Woohoo! But yeah, hop over there, subscribe. Let's try and get Evie to... I mean, there's a lower monetization target of like 500, but I reckon we can do 1,000. Latest video of Crystal, everyone type pigeon in the comment section. No, don't do that. The latest video was 9 months ago. Bad idea. I'll do it as a premiere when I get back off holiday. We'll need your techie help. Does that mean it's nearly ready? Is that an exclusive? Has the Joe Blackburn channel dropped an exclusive? Good heavens. We've done it. Yes. By the time Evie starts a channel, I'll be 50. Danny, how old are you now? That would be a useful metric. Pablo all day long. I think I still lean Rafinha. I can't not lean Rafinha because it's just Rafinha, isn't he? Oops, already did it, pigeon. Jesus. Fabrizio will claim it in a few hours. I know, but on the bright side, if he does, imagine how many people are going to go and watch that. Jura is also happy to help. This is going to be like the Leeds YouTube Avengers. It's going to be fantastic. I was about to Google something then. Does Fabrizio Romano have his DMs open? Ah, you bastard. I was going to message him like, hello, can you announce a thing for us? That'd be great. No, he's got a... Right, place your bets. Okay. How much does Fabrizio Romano's cameo cost? I don't know yet. I've not seen yet. But I think it's going to be a big number. I think it's going to be a very big number. For a personalized video message from Fabrizio Romano. Zach Drummond thinks 200. I don't like that it's got a plus on the end. That's not great. Oh, I don't want to go through the form. I think around 70 maybe. Anyone know any ex-players for an exclusive? No, not really. Luke got Don Matteo. Yeah. I think we go for Ljubicic on deadline day. I don't want to go for Joe. We've talked. I don't want Ljubicic. Can we just not do Ljubicic? Can we not just find some wonder kid from Switzerland again who just like sets the entire league on fire? I don't want Ljubicic. Right, hold on. I'm going to do a very quick screen share, and I'm going to see how much it costs. We're going to go through. We're going to go through this. This video is for. It would, in theory, be for Evie. please, please, please hype up my first YouTube video. To be clear, I'm not going to be buying this. But it didn't have a number. This video is from Evie to Evie. Oh, it's not a birthday one, is it? Other. Oh. What's the occasion? YouTube premiere. Okay. This video is for the Leeds United YouTube community. How much would this be? That's not as big as the number that it said. In all fairness. Because going back, book a personal video, $150 plus. Look at that. No, no, no. That's significantly less than I was expecting it to be, which is a good thing. It's even funny when I'm sat around a pool chuckling to myself while surrounded by French and Germans. Ask if any of them know Ilan Cabal, and then hopefully that'll get things rolling in the right direction. That'd be quite good for us. Who else in the football world could we turn to? No, wait, that's the other football. That's the wrong football. No, 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 I don't want that football. I want the other football. I want the actual football. Athletes. Soccer. Who from the world of soccer? Let's have a look. So you got Fabrizio Romano at £114. Who's Leeds related? We could do Matt Letitia for 27 quid. I've just makes you think, doesn't it? Why has Evie not put out a video yet? Makes you think. What has Evie not put a video out since? The vaccine. That's all I'm saying. You never know. Right, who here is actually Leeds related? I think David Seaman's a Leeds fan. What do the numbers say? I don't. The numbers say that every time I walk near a 5G mast, I get a headache. So that's all I'm saying. How about Dean Windass for 50 quid? Oh, Bryn! Bryn for £23. Bryn's on Canva? Not Canva. Cameo? I mean, evidently he's on Cameo. I've just seen him on Cameo. I reckon we could just ask nicely and we get Bryn. No, Bryn Law, LUTV commentator, not Game of Thrones guy. Oh, imagine David Attenborough. Yeah, I think Bryn would just like ask quite nicely and he'd be like, yeah, sure, go on then. He seems a good dude. You are not related to football. You are a boxer. I'm trying to find any more. There's Ethan Zon from Survivor Africa, apparently. I love the amount of these players that is like, it's a legend for this club. And it's like, I don't know who you are. I'm so sorry. I don't. What? Who? Sorry, you played football once? There's 4 that have Leeds United in their tags. There is Tony Dorigo. Fair enough. You could get Tony and Bryn. Again, I imagine that is one that you could just be like, can you do me a favour? Carlton Palmer and Brian Dean. So your list is not fantastic if we're looking at Leeds only. But that's fine. Is Dan James on there? He's actually smaller than Evie. I know, that surprised me. I think Ramazani's also shorter than... No, Ramazani's not shorter than Evie. I don't think height can go negative, can it? Can it? Right. What would newsreaders come under? Right. David, I feel like you're a little bit behind right now. I'll be completely honest with you. I am. I do love the Filipino 4th Division. I'm honestly surprised that more people don't. Now, I searched news, and the first thing that came up was news updates for Real, who is a creator, and it's £15. So, no thank you. And they're all very American. No, wait, hold on. There's the guy that does GB News. We're sorted. Get the GB News guy. Get Matt Letizia. Yes, we're good. That's a very good point. All you have to do is we're trying to build Evie's channel in advance here. At the same time, we could just do a triple threat. No, yes, Letizia, GB News guy, Nigel Farage, all at once. Channel's gone. In the dirt. In moments. I did end the poll. The belief is that we will not be getting Ljubicic, which is completely fine by me. Joe, I made an Evie height comment for you on my stream on Wednesday. I'm sorry, Evie. We've got some drama. What did you say? I got to know what this comment is. Ashes 3 Musketeers. Right, so whilst we're working out the horrific insult that Baby Zebra threw at Evie, we'll go into Questions Corner. We will do 3 questions in Questions Corner. We'll say 3 of the next 5 that pop into the chat, and then I'll call it there, because I got work in 13 minutes, which is fun. It's not Evie's fault she's knee-high to a grasshopper. I like War Piglet's question, so that's going to go on the list. I'm not going to have more than one question that isn't actually a question, so I need some proper questions. I wonder who the most expensive person in general is on Cameo. All categories, £100 plus. Let's sort by price high to low. Jesus. Caitlyn Jenner for £2,000. Okay. Yeah, why not? There we go, and we need one more. Cool, that'll do. That's the questions. So, maybe, but she doesn't quite fit into the Fascist 3 Musketeer vibe that we're going for right now, which makes things a little bit more complicated. Right, so, going through them, we have why? Why would be a deep philosophical question that I would need a little bit more detail on, but why in terms of general? Basically, a couple of billion years ago, there was a big pop, everything exploded a bit, then everything sort of squished together again, because gravity's fun, and then all of the little bits became sentient, which is nice, that's people. And then from that point, there were rocks and there were people. And there were also not people, but we'll call them people. They're like dogs and stuff, they're not people. And then the rocks, you know, the computer that you're working on right now, or not working on, or is it a phone? I don't know. But turns out that device you've got right there is just a rock that we tricked into thinking. Think on that, and that's why. Ideal kit sponsor, Leeds local company, much as club, ethos, aesthetics. The ideal club sponsor is me, but I don't have to give them any money. They, in fact, have to give me money. No. I don't know. I wouldn't hate, like, the equivalent of a Red Bull because they've actually got the cash behind them, but without the dodgy history that makes people scared. And finally, I say finally, I'll do one more in addition to it. Because I've just seen this message. Are you looking forward to the window closing so we can just get on with the football? Kind of not. Transfer window is a pain in the ass because you need to keep track of absolutely everything all the time. But at the same time, I imagine going from transfer window and things going wee to not transfer window, things going would make the numbers look quite sad and would make me quite sad. So hopefully people stick around a little bit more often after the transfer window. I don't know if a lot of other creators feel the same way, but it's just a general anxiety, I guess, isn't it? You got to hope that people stick about. And finally, finalement, why is your last name Schmodic's old team? It's because it's my parents' surname. I just kind of got it based on that. But if you translate it into a bit of old Scottish, it translates to Dark Stream. So I think the name Joe Darkstream is kind of baller, and it feels like a sci-fi hero's name. And it's just a vibe, innit? But either way, I think I'm going to end the stream at that one. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, pop a like on it, subscribe if you're not yet. It's always really appreciated. Comment on the VOD if you're watching after the fact. That'd be really nice as well. And if you're fancying it, like no pressure either way, but my channel memberships are 99p for a month. You'll get like all the videos early. Well, the ones I record in advance, you'll get early. And I'm planning on doing a few like member exclusive bits and bobs when it's not the transfer window. I'm going to end the stream before YouTube tries to run an ad again. So hope you enjoyed. I will see you later. Also, make a cooing sound. Do the pigeon thing. See you later.